What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Azkhalon, and welcome back to another College Football 26 video. In this video, I want to talk about EA's recent update, the first major update to College Football 26. In particular, I want to focus on the skill points glitch that was in the game, and sadly, it is not there anymore. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's go. All right, so in the update that EA dropped today, they fixed several different things for gameplay, Dynasty, Road to Glory, Ultimate Team, and even some presentation stuff. The biggest thing that they fixed for a lot of people was in Road to Glory. They fixed the issue where the pre-order bonus would be applied at the start of your second season after redshirting. So a few days ago, I made a video about the skill points glitch and how you can achieve it. Basically, you go to a team, your freshman season that you have no hope of seeing the field. You kind of simulate through the season. You can attend practices if you want to. There's things you can focus on in the weekly agenda. Well, once you get to the end of the season, as long as you don't play more than, I think it's like 4 games or something like that, you will end up being redshirted by the game. And when you start at year 2, it would double the skill points. So meaning you would get the pre-order bonus of 50 skill points again. And so you would then have over 100 skill points that you can spend to level up your athlete. Sometimes even more than that, depending on if you're like a 5-star athlete or something like that, because you get bonuses for certain things when you start Road to Glory. Well, in today's update, EA took care of that glitch, and they were on it a lot quicker than they were on the XP glitch from last year. It took them a little bit longer before they patched that one. But if we go in, you can see here that they did indeed patch it. And so I'm gonna go to the team's depth chart first really quickly. And then you can see my character here, Cody Blaze, and you can see how I am a freshman redshirt. So this is my second season of college. And if we go back to the main screen, you will see in the top right here, once it pops up, that I only have 62 skill points. You get 50 from the pre-order bonus, and then I started off with 10 more for being a 5-star recruit, and then I think I gained 2 more skill points from like an NIL deal or something like that during my first season. So I rode the bench my freshman season, and now I'm in my freshman redshirt season. As you can see, I only have 62 skill points, so it did not double. It did not give me 50 more skill points, and so EA has definitely taken care of that glitch. To be honest, I mean, it was a tedious process. It wasn't as simple as it was last year. There was a little bit more involved, and I mean, it took at least 10 to 15 minutes for you to even get it set up, because you had to go through that season without playing a game, but you still had to like simulate each week. And if you participated in practices each week, it took even longer. And so it was kind of a pain, but it is gone. It is no more. All right, I want to talk about a few more things from the update. I'm not going to really spend any time with the Ultimate Team stuff, but if you are interested in the Ultimate Team information, then you can go on their website, look at their Campus Huddle articles, and you will see the information about the update. So let's talk about gameplay first. So if you look at their blog, they fixed an issue where play art remained visible after the snap when using home field advantage. And so if you were having issues with that, I'd never seen that happen myself, but if you were having issues with that, that is taken care of now. They fixed a rare issue causing a player to freeze in place during hit stick attempts. So that one's pretty vital. Again, I never had that happen. Some of these things they never happened for me. So I don't know how frequent they were for other people, but they did fix that. This one I had heard about. I heard some people complaining. They fixed an issue preventing stunts and twists from activating properly when selecting from the play call menu in online games. So people were struggling to do stunts and twists with their linemen and stuff like that while they were playing online against other people. And I can see how that can cause some frustration if you can't really run your defense like you truly want to. So they fixed that. And so this next one I actually did see from time to time when I've been playing the game. They fixed an issue that sometimes prevented a catch animation from playing when clicking on and taking control of a wide receiver during the route. So when you switch over to user that wide receiver, sometimes there was no catch animation. And so they did fix that issue. So I'm happy about that one. They did some tuning and animation improvements to physics-based tackling. I thought the tackling was fine so far for the most part. The players tend to tackle a lot better, but they did, kind of fine tune that and did some improvements to the animation, so it is what it is there. They say that they fixed a variety of game stability improvements, so I guess that's things like preventing the game from crashing and stuff like that. I haven't had the game crash, but sometimes when I started a new Road to Glory and I would go into my first high school game, it would just give me the loading screen for like forever. And so I had to exit out of the game, go back in, and then I was finally able to play the game. And lastly, with gameplay, they fixed an issue causing blockers on Power O plays to sometimes take their initial movement in the wrong direction. And so they did fix that. I was hoping that they would fix an issue that I noticed with gameplay. Sometimes when I put like a slot receiver or a tight end in motion, they would run into the offensive line and get stuck. And so most of the time they would not be able to get out of that animation. And so I would end up with like a delay of game because I can't snap the ball until the person goes fully and completely in motion. But it doesn't seem like they fixed that issue yet. And it doesn't happen too often, but I did notice it a couple of times where the guy going in motion will get trapped on the booty, essentially, of an offensive lineman. It's kind of funny, actually. So hopefully they will patch that in the future. For those of you that played Dynasty, and I finally fired up my first Dynasty, I'm playing with Georgia Southern, so I'm still experimenting with things and going through my first Dynasty season, but they reduced the chance of rain in Dynasty and Road to Glory games. I know a lot of people, I haven't seen a whole lot of rain games, to be honest. Like in my Road to Glory playthroughs, I might see one, maybe two a season. But there are a lot of people in this Facebook group that I'm a part of that have been complaining about that one. Like they keep saying like nearly every game they play is a rain game. And even if they went out and went back in, it'll still be a rain game. Like there was no, backing out of the game and then it changing the weather. And so they did reduce the chance of rain for Dynasty and Road to Glory games. So I personally may not see any rain games at this point. They fixed an issue where cold weather and snow could occur in warm weather climates during college football playoff games. So that's kind of interesting. Getting some snow like out in Arizona or something like that. They fixed an issue where starters who were juniors could decide to transfer due to playing time. I don't know much about that issue there. Like I said, I just now started with Dynasty, but apparently that was an issue. They fixed an issue where only the IBL column was showing for fullbacks in redshirt players spreadsheets. Cool. They fixed an issue preventing players from entering free practice. I think there was an issue with that last year too. Like I didn't really play Dynasty last year, but I did start one at one time and I tried to go straight into the team practice mode and it wouldn't let me. So whatever issues that were happening this year, they fixed that. They fixed an issue where the game could freeze during overtime when playing the moments. So that's kind of a huge one right there. I'm sure that made a lot of people upset, and so hopefully they're happy about that. They mentioned some updates that they made last week. They did like a smaller update a week ago before this bigger one. And so they did mention some stuff that they did with that, in particular online Dynasty. And so now those things that they did in the previous update is now affecting offline dynasties as well. So position changes, that was a big one. So you can now change a player's position within their current position group without penalties to their skill caps. I know a lot of people were upset about this. They were complaining in my Facebook group. That was kind of why I waited a little bit before I started my own Dynasty. Like apparently before, when you would switch a player's position, you would take a huge penalty to their skill caps. Well, they adjusted that now. And so as long as it's within a position group that you change their position, you won't have that penalty to their skill caps. For athlete recruits, they can now set their initial position without impact to their skill group caps. I had heard some complaints about that, so that has been fixed. A player's new skill caps are now more strongly influenced by their development trait and school year. Younger players and those with higher development traits will have higher skill caps at their new position. They addressed the coach point exploit when retiring and then creating a new coach character. So I guess there was a way, I think there was a way kind of like the skill points for Road to Glory where you could get extra points for your coach when you retired and then created a new one. So they took care of that. They reduced the impact of the reach your potential ability for the motivator tier 1 for better coach ability and recruiting balance. And they put a note there. This affects the influence given to recruits when a player at their position hits a skill group cap. So those were the different Dynasty changes that they made. And then finally, presentation. They made an adjustment to the first down rousers at Michigan. They fixed an issue. I had heard about this one, allowing an opposing player to participate in the Gator Chomp on-field celebration. So apparently, if you're playing against Florida and they're doing the Chomp, players on the opposing team would join in with that. I always find it funny whenever there's certain celebrations and players on the opposing team end up joining in. Like it's hilarious. There's been some issues with that in past games, so that's kind of funny. But they fixed that. They fixed an issue so that Nebraska's throw bones celebration is used only on defense. So I guess that's something they do on defense, not on offense, but they fixed that. Fixed an issue where Missouri State and Delaware's bowl and playoff end zones had a generic coloring to them. So that's kind of funny. Those are the two new teams in the game this year, and they had an issue with both of the teams as far as their playoff end zone art is concerned. So they fixed that. They fixed an issue where the Texas State cannon touchdown celebration was in the wrong location. So that's pretty cool. They're paying attention to detail. And then lastly, they fixed an issue where camera obstructions would occur during certain scenes. And I've seen that happen before. Like you score a touchdown in the back of the end zone or something like that, and then all you would see, instead of seeing your player celebrate, you would see like the wall where the crowd is sitting, but just the wall itself, and you miss out on seeing that celebration. And so it looks like they took care of that. So that was all the changes outside of the Ultimate Team. Like I said, you can take a look at those yourself. Those were all the changes that they made in this first big update that we've seen. As far as I know, they haven't updated rosters yet. I did make a spreadsheet for all the players that you can edit, and I will be making new spreadsheets in the future for whenever they do roster updates. So if you haven't checked out any of my videos dealing with creating a player for Dynasty or different things like that, I highly recommend checking out one of those videos. If you want access to that spreadsheet, the link is in the description of those videos. I have like two, I think, out right now. I'm actually about to record a third one talking about the completed spreadsheet. So any of those three videos, you can find a link to the spreadsheet and make good use of it. And so that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. More College Football 26 videos coming from your boy Azkhalon in the near future. Drop me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Did they fix some of the issues that you were having with the game, or are there still some issues out there that you would like to see fixed? Drop me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to discuss this game with you guys. If you're new around here, check out all of my content. In addition to videos about College Football 26, I do videos sometimes about other sports games. I do indie horror game Let's Plays. I got a variety of other gaming content on my channel. So if you like it, definitely hit that subscribe button. Last I checked, I'm about 8 subscribers away from 4,000. So I would love to hit that number today, pretty soon, whenever. So hit that subscribe button. Come on, what are you waiting for? Join the Asgardian community today. The community is growing. It's amazing. It's awesome. Most of us share our love for college football, and then some of us share our love for indie horror games, and it's just been awesome. I'm so grateful for all the support. So just thank you guys so much. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I will see you guys in another video, whatever video that may be. Oh, if you guys got any video suggestions, things you want to see from College Football 26, drop me a comment and let me know, and I will try to work on that video if it's something that I'm an expert at. I know football, so I can help you guys out with different football stuff if you're interested in that. I play a lot of Road to Glory. I know I'm one of those weirdos to some of you. That's my favorite game mode, so I do know a lot about Road to Glory, so I can help you guys out with that. I'm getting more and more into Dynasty, so hopefully I can help out with some stuff with that soon. So yeah, just drop any suggestions you might have in the comment below, and I'll try to take care of you guys if I can, because I want to give you guys videos that you want to see. I'm trying to touch on some things that I don't see other YouTubers that do College Football 26. I don't see them touching on, like, you know, making the spreadsheet for the players that you can edit and explaining like depth chart positions and stuff like that. So again, if there's content you want to see, let me know. All right, I will see you guys in another video, whatever video that may be. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You could have been anywhere in the world, playing College Football 26 yourself, checking out all these new updates, but you chose to spend some time with your boy Azkhalon, and I greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Peace.